Hi, have you ever tried to communicate with a student or a parent who is native in another language and just needs that visual reinforcement of their native language while you're speaking English? This is a way to use Google Meets in order to accomplish that. So I'm going to show you on the left here as I'm looking at you, that is me as the teacher or the person who, well, in this case, I'll just be the teacher. And over here on this side of my screen, I am going to be a sample student. So this is how we would use this, or how the end user would use this. So on a Google Meet, the other person would join in, and just for the sake of the presentation here, I am actually going to keep my camera off as the student. So here on the left, I'm the teacher, and here on the right, this would be what the student would see. Okay, so the first thing you'd want to do is the student or the person who is a native speaker of another language would scroll down, okay, and hover on the bottom bar and choose turn on captions. Okay, so it says that the captions have been turned on, and what we will start to see is that everything that is said will start to show up as a caption. Okay, so here we can see it. It takes a second or two for it to kick in, but here we can see that everything that I'm saying is translating in English. Now, this is a characteristic of Google Chrome that we've enabled for everyone. So this will work on a Chromebook or on a MacBook. It'll work across these devices for us as staff members as well as for the students. So after the student or the individual that wants to translate it into another language has turned on their captions, then they're going to right click or control click. And here it's going to say, for the first time, it's going to say translate to English. I had already tested this, so it says translate to Espanol. So once I select that, let me go back here. Okay, so translate to, I have this English here. Let me try this again so you can see exactly what it'll say. All right, so it's going to translate to Spanish. It's going to keep that in there until you change it to another language. So soon as I've changed that into another language, now you can see that the text that I have said since the beginning, as well as anything new that I'm saying, is going to be translated into Spanish. So there are a number of other options for languages that can be chosen too. So here, if we click on the three vertical dots, we can choose another language. And from the drop down, there are a number of different types of languages that we can choose. Okay, so if you have an individual who is fluent in another language but also able to read that language, this could be an option as a way to reinforce languages that we are, we want to see visually, as well as hear the language that's being translated from. So this is just a tip for you. This also works on other web pages as well. So if I were to go here, all right, this is my dashboard, but let's say, for example, I go into Google Classroom. And I click on Google Classroom. And as the student, I'm going into a classroom, and okay, I've selected it. It's logged in. I've loaded everything. Again, I can right click and choose translate, and magically every bit of text on the page is going to translate into that other language. So using things like text to speech options may be helpful here for your students, or for parents as well who are trying to navigate between two different languages. So I hope you find this video helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know, and thanks for joining me. Bye.